I am my choices, and so are you. Welcome to the second episode of I Am Series podcast with me, Maysoon, and Akram. Hi, Akram.
Hello, my son.
How are you today?
Good, and you?
Good. So today we're talking about a big thing, which is choices.
Yes.
And the choices that we make for ourselves in our own lives. You want to start?
Of course,
Go
yes. So, I am my choices. I am the savior. I am the victim. I am the hero. I am who I am. It's about you to choose who you really are or who you really want to be. So, how we can define this and how we can know that exactly we are our choices. And this will let us feel like free from inside in order to choose. So we already have the freedom by, it's coming for us by nature, like it's natural freedom.
Yeah.
So the point is, once you believe that you have the choice and you are your choices, you feel like a space within your heart.
Yeah.
Really, I can choose what I really want now.
Yeah.
I can choose my life. I can choose my friends. I can choose my work. I can choose how to be happy. I can choose my food.
Yeah.
I can choose or change my habit. Yes. So everything in our hands.
Yeah.
But because we used to live in a certain habit, it's
Yeah.
becoming our character
Yeah.
and it's becoming our personality.
Yeah.
And we think this is who we are.
Yeah.
And we still like being or under the cover of certain definitions or characters. And we always hear, he's an angry person. My character, I'm so angry person, I'm a moody person, I'm like sensitive person, I am. And we start talking about ourselves in like big titles,
Yeah.
just to let people know that I am moody. So please, if sometime I'm moody, please understand me. No, it's not about the people understanding you. You're defining yourself moody because you choose to be moody.
Yeah.
So, and you can choose to be relaxed, happy, and chilled.
Yeah.
Yes?
But why? Why do we choose this choice? We choose this choice because we are always living our life not in the present moment. It's very important. I want you to remember this. When you sit with yourself, if you ever do that, because in this time and age, a lot of people don't even sit with themselves, and that's something very, very important and very healthy. So I want to remind you, please take some time and, just like we do, we sit with ourselves a lot and we think, we connect to our heart a lot so that we have some, deep answers to the things that we are used to in life. So when we start thinking and when we start living in the moment, we stop living in the past. And this is where our current choices are made based on our past. And the more we live in our past experiences, in our past, ups and downs, and most of the time we focus on the downs when we are, repeating our life, we sort of start going in a vicious circle. It's like we're just on a replay mode, like we're replaying the same things over and over and over again. Einstein said, what's the definition of insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, but expecting a different result every time.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't work,
Yeah.
right? So when we say we are our choices most of the time are based on our past experiences. And what happens usually in our past experiences? What do we do to be able to survive our life? We create limitations.
Limitations and emotions.
Yeah.
We cover it by emotions
Yeah.
in order to feel it and manifest it in our body. And every time we choose the same way, we have the proof of these emotions that we feel inside.
And we get stuck to,
And
we get
yeah,
stuck to it.
And here we start saying, I'm the victim. I blame others. I.
Yeah.
You,
and we stop
you
living.
choose this thought and you build this emotion.
Yeah.
And it's your responsibility now to change it or not.
Yeah.
So it's simply like this.
Just like we said in the first episode, we are the power. So we have, the control.
Yeah.
So all we need to do is to remember that we have that control and start changing our choices. But one thing is very important, Akram, and we need to remind people that it's easier said than done, right? We can
Yeah.
always say, yeah, I can change my choices. But then when the time comes for you to make the choice, you go back and do the same choice again. Why?
Yeah.
It's because you are living in the past. And
Yeah.
because you are basing everything that you want to do today and even everything that you want to do tomorrow on one very simple experience in the past. And I'll give you an example. You said that, I am moody. Not
Yeah.
you, cancel that.
Yeah.
But a person
Yeah.
saying, I am moody all the time. Like, okay, why are you moody? Then the person would answer, well, I am moody because when I was 7 years old, something happened to me and my mood shifted and then it became a habit just
Yeah.
because every time something similar to that very specific moment in that person's life, every time something similar to that happens again, that person would have the same reaction. Like we said last time, our brain and our nervous system is all about how you teach it.
Yes.
So if you keep on teaching your nervous system the same thought patterns, it will have the same results. And the same results, these results are your emotions. And then the more you feel that emotion, the more you live that pattern, that becomes your personality, that becomes who you are. And that's why you say, I am moody.
Yeah.
But is that a reality about you? Your moodiness comes from that very specific moment, from that very specific trigger. But because you kept on repeating it over and over and over again in your mind and in your body learned that, okay, this is how this person likes to live their life.
Yeah.
So I am going, as a body, to give you all those instances when you are going to be kind of certifying this emotion or certifying this personality of being moody, or of being angry, or of being sad or upset all the time, Your body is going to always give you instances just because this is what you taught your body to do.
Sometimes we enjoy living certain emotions
Yeah.
and choices. And I know this from my own experience, as well from my experiences with people. Sometimes people coming to me and they're saying their stories, and I show them their choices and I show them how they can change their decisions and choices in order to change their life. But they take time, they don't take decision. They love what they're feeling.
Yeah.
As if maybe they want something out of this choice. Maybe they need security. Maybe they need attention from others. Maybe they need to experience and live the emotions fully in order to say like, okay, now it's the time to change.
Yeah.
Or maybe they need their time to be ready or shift.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have a fear of sometime being successful or being in a other place in their life, and maybe they don't have full self-confidence that they can do it and change their life fully.
Yeah.
So they kept having this choice because it's their comfort zone.
Yeah.
This is where they used to be, they used to live, they used to act, and this is how they define themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like a box. As if you're sitting inside the box.
Yeah.
But you can open this box and you can change this
Get
choice and start believing in yourself that I can change my direction.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what happened with me as well, personally. Before everyone, like I graduated from my university. During the time I had computer science, it wasn't my choice. Because you need to be graduated and having the BA and stuff. And it wasn't my choice to be like someone doing programming. And then I left and to Dubai, and I started working and doing things. And I was like, found myself I'm a follower in jobs. Yes, it was a good learnings for me. But I reached a place after maybe 14 years that, no, this is not me. What if this boss is firing me tomorrow? So how I can have my income, my security in life? I need to be myself. I need to create something for myself to just have my own resources of money, abundance,
Yeah.
and I want to be my own brand.
Yeah.
Imagine. So, and in one time, I want to say this story. I went to receive one of the awards on behalf of my chairman, and I got this award, and I came back home, and I looked into this award, and I felt like I wish one day I can get my own award. Yes, I was celebrating, but this is not mine. This
Yeah.
is not my achievement.
Yeah.
And this moment, what happened, the award itself, it was crystal. It fell down
Oh.
on my knee
Okay.
and on the floor. It was broken. And I got the,
Message.
message that, yes, you are right. You want to be the brand. You want to get your own award. And I start shifting my beliefs that, yes, why I need to be a follower or just having a boss or seeking for approvals or seeking as well their own like maybe appreciation
Yeah.
to be the best in order to keep my job, be secured, having my income.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Yeah.
I want to start believing that I am the one who's creating my life, who can create a career for myself.
Yeah.
And I started looking for my passion in my life. And I start investing in myself, but by start shifting my mind toward myself and life.
And understanding that you are the conductor. Like,
Yes.
yeah, you're the maestro.
100%.
You know?
And I was doing great in my job. I was one of the
I
best
know,
there.
I remember.
But, and then when I start shifting this inside my mind, shifting my beliefs, and I start creating new things.
Yeah.
And it took me to someone having a job, to someone becoming an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
having his own company, and someone being a coach, having his own holistic place and a coaching place for people.
Yeah.
And I start feeling myself
Yeah.
growing because it's my choice, it's my decision.
Yeah.
I am free.
Yeah.
I'm not what my mom told me,
Yeah.
or my dad, or the society, or my boss, or anyone else.
Yeah.
I become my own choice.
Exactly.
And this is where I'm applying lots of things in my life now because I have lots of choices and decisions and changes. And we keep growing like this
Yeah.
by having a bigger choice, a bigger decision in
Yeah.
order to grow more and more and more to reach the best version of yourself,
Yeah.
which is like you can influence others through this
Yeah.
story or version.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah.
You talked about the comfort zone, and this is very important because people always think that, I want to stay in my comfort zone. And I always ask my clients, I always ask them, hey, tell me something. How comfortable is your comfort zone actually? Is it really comfortable? Like when you start asking this question, people start thinking, that's a very good question. Like I never thought about asking myself if my comfort zone is comfortable. And most of the time it's not. Most of the time we live in a comfort zone because we know it. Because our ego is always telling us, hey, let's stay here. I don't want to go to a place where I don't know what's going to happen. And that's the fear that you
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
We're always afraid, like our ego, because our ego's job mainly is to protect us, right? We're not talking about egotism here. We're talking about the ego, which is the part of ourself that is here to keep us safe.
Mm-hmm.
So our ego will always, because this is unknown, like, whoa, wait, where are you taking me? No, I know this place. I'm okay here, even though it's not that comfortable, but it's better for me to be uncomfortable than to be worried, than to be afraid, than to be, thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's better for me to stay where I am, a place that I'm familiar with, a place that I know, instead of going to a place that I don't know. And that happens especially with us coaches,
Yes.
when we first started, I can assure the same thing about you, that when you started your career in this path specifically, and when we started becoming of service to other people, the first thing that crossed our mind was, who am I to do this? Who am I to give people advice? Or who am I to be able to tell people that, hey, you can do this, and yes, you are your choices. Remember, like for example, now our ego, we call it imposter syndrome. That it will come and tell us, hey, who are you to be able to teach this?
Yeah.
I know who I am. I am my choices,
Yeah.
and you are your choices.
Yeah.
And we both made a very conscious choice that we are moving forward with this. We will not allow the negativity to be the leader in our life. We will not allow the fear
Yeah.
to lead us. We want to lead from a courageous space. We want to
Yeah.
lead, and I insist on the word lead, because that's what we're doing for our life. We are the leaders of our
Yeah.
life. We're not giving away that leadership to anyone else outside of us, We just want to make sure that we are the leaders, and we understand how much power there is with that leadership. And every time we make a choice, we know that we are responsible for that choice.
Yes.
No matter what the choice is. And we cannot be living in the
But you know
victimhood.
something, Maysoon here. Some people, it's never too late.
Yeah, of
But
course.
some people, they have the resistance,
Yeah.
and they resist, and they call it a block, or they say I'm blocked,
Yeah.
or but this is their choice. But they resist more time in their choice, and they're taking more time, because at this moment now, if I can change a belief, I can shift my life. It takes, even by science, this is how I learned from different teachers, like Joe Dispenza, Robert Simic, Tony Robbins, all. They say you can shift your life or shift your mind or your belief by a few seconds, by changing your focus, changing your belief, and do the movement. It means the action
Yeah.
in your life. But sometimes you see people, they have so much resistance in their choices, in their zone, and they feel they're blocked. They cannot do anything about it. Maybe they don't know.
Mostly.
I'll give you an example. One day, a lady came to my center, and she had this session with me. And then this lady, she's 70 years old. She's coming with lots of emotions, suffering. She was talking about her life, and it wasn't an easy life, with lots of stuff happened to her, but she was all the time like suffering, And she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She thought that this is life. This is woman how she should be at home, or this is life. Sometimes we need to accept life as it is, and lots of other beliefs. But once we went deeper inside her beliefs, it came back to the 7 years old girl.
Yeah.
Imagine 70 years to 7 years. And she had this limitations of or belief that her mother was not treating her well as her other two brothers. So she felt, or she believes, that she's not worthy
Yeah.
for life, for love, as other people and brother, or mainly man in life. amazing, this, great observations or, and once we went there and
She put her hand on
so
it.
you're not worthy. You don't believe you are worthy. That's why you didn't have any action to change your whole life and to stand up for yourself and to say, no, I don't want this life. I deserve a better life.
Yeah, and to make your own choice.
And to make your own choice.
Yeah. Wow.
And the moment she discovered this, because it was a deep session within, she started crying and releasing, and she was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the most common limitations that we create for ourselves is the I am not good enough limiting belief.
Yeah.
Like almost 99.99% of people at one point in time have this limitation. And they created it for a
Yes.
reason, right? We know that.
And there is no age, Maysoon. What
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
no,
say,
there is no
there is
age.
no age
To
or
start
limitations
changing, you
to
mean.
change yourself.
Yes.
At least, okay, she's 70 years. Maybe she's living more years, but at least she lives them
Peace.
in peace.
Yeah.
And everyone is looking for peace. Everyone
Yeah.
is looking for happiness.
Yeah.
And what we call peace is to have peace between you and yourself.
Yeah. Not
It's a
just peace.
space of love, calmness, peace between you
Yeah.
and yourself.
And
Are
for
you-
her also, it's about her making her own choice and
Yes.
controlling her
Yes.
own life.
Yes.
It's just like, no, it's not what my mom told me. It's not what I don't know her in person, but it's not what my husband is telling me, or it's not what my family is telling me. It's all about me. And that's what we want to remind you of, actually. It is all about you. You are creating even those limitations. Like this lady, her mother told her something, but it could have been something very simple. But she made a whole story about it, and it became her.
Her life.
It became her life.
Her story,
it became
yes.
everything about her
Yes.
life. And she lived all her life through that very narrow lens.
Yes.
Like I was explaining earlier, remember when I was talking about, it rained here earlier, and when I was talking about when you have a big road and when it rains, you are filtered to that very, very small lane. And this is how we choose to live our life most of the time. We have so many options. But we decide to, okay, I'm going to take only this lane just because I cannot access the other lanes. And why can I not access them? Because I am creating those limitations because
Yes.
of fear, because of something that might have happened with me in my childhood.
Yes.
Maybe something that I have even inherited from my parents.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not even our own. Sometimes it's not even our own thing.
Yes.
We inherit or we learn from society. It's not even us.
And this is very true. And at the same time, and this is, I want to say it as a message. So my message for you, to start owning your choices and your decision. You should learn to say no. We used to say yes in order to please others, or maybe because we trained and we raised up by saying yes. To have your own choices, start asking yourself, it's really good for me or not?
Yeah.
And start train yourself to say no, to start free yourself and your soul from the things that they're not for you. This is really important, Maysoon, because even if we believe we want something, but we keep doing something else in order not to maybe hurt others, we think we're going to hurt others or saying no to others.
Yeah.
And this is where we put ourselves as well in a really big problem in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So once we say you are your choices, we need to learn it from all aspects and corners.
Yeah.
Saying yes for yourself
Yes. Very important. Very important.
on every single choice.
Yeah.
Yes for myself.
Yeah.
And here we're going as well to the beliefs where we're going to talk about it. Check your beliefs as well.
Yeah, what is blocking
If
you?
you keep saying to yourself, I'm not good enough to reach or to have my own dream job, career, whatever, check this, stop here.
Yeah.
If you're saying I'm not good or deserve to be in loved or in a relationship, I heard lots of women that I'm not deserved to be a mother or I'm not good enough to be a mother.
Yeah.
I see lots of people like saying I'm not worthy or I'm no one.
Yeah.
And lots of beliefs that they keep you.
Yeah. And the more you repeat them to yourself,
Yes.
the more they become true. It's
Yes.
like, remember those the neurons
Yes.
and how we are training our mind and our
100%.
body. So the more we tell ourselves something, that's why when I said to you, I am moody, and I said, no, cancel that, because I want to make sure that also your mind does not take that
Yeah.
on and make it its own, because
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what I was saying. If we hear other people's stories and we start thinking, oh yeah, this is me. But the minute you say, yeah, this is me, you are limiting yourself.
Yes.
You know? When you give yourself that space, and I always say, you wanna allow that shift to come to you. You know? You wanna be open for that shift, kind of like the 70-year-old lady who came to you. I mean, maybe some other woman would be like, "Yeah, I'm 70 years old. What am I going to change now? You know, nothing is going to change." I have Jack Welch said the only, like in GE, like I used to work with them, but in GE he used to be the chairman and also the big boss. You know, he used to say, the only constant in life is change. So if we always remember that, because everything around us is changing all the time. I mean, we are in an age where we can call each other, sometimes telepathically, just like you and me, but you know, we have a mobile phone now. Before, people used to, you know, remember those phones that they need to do this, to call. And before the phones, there were no phones. They used to write letters. So change is always happening. It's always happening. So if change is happening all around us, maybe it's time for us to take control and start changing ourselves, start changing our life, start changing the things that we are not happy with, the things that we know are pulling us back instead of,
100%.
you know, bringing us forward and making us move forward in our life. There are lots of things, and like, I'm not good enough is one of the most common, like I said, but there are so many other things that are limiting us. Sometimes we feel nobody is seeing us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel nobody is hearing us.
Yeah.
And that also comes back to a lot of things that we go
You know
through
what is
in
coming
our
to
life.
my mind now?
What?
And it's really nice because if you want to check really that this is your choice or not sometime, because sometimes we live other people's life
Yes.
and stories
Yes,
without
yes, yes.
knowing.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
and this is something very weird. And especially in the other, will be another topic later, but you need to check, is it your choice or not as well?
Yeah.
And observe everything in your life, in your current life here, and check my relationships with people, with friends, habits that I do, career, job, things that I do every day. Where are my choices out of everything?
You know, I want to give our audience
Yeah.
a tip, because sometimes now we're talking, but you and me, we've been through a lot to get
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
And our audience, maybe they don't
Yeah.
have all this experience and all these tools. So I want to give you a tool, especially with this. So when Akram is saying, look at your life, look at your choices, you will not remember everything. So what I always encourage my clients and everyone around me, even my friends, get a piece of paper and start writing things down, because we tend to forget, you know. So start writing things down about those choices that you're talking about. What is it that I want? What is it that I'm going through in my life? What are the choices, my current choices? What brought me here? Like this moment right now, if I want to sit and I want to write down, what was the choice that I made in my life that brought me to this moment, you know? So these are things that are very simple.
Yes.
And very easy to do.
And even
And
like
they will give you...
that you write the choices that it's not in your hands.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
exactly.
like maybe I bought this car because it was my wife's choice, not my choice.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe I choose this place to go every week because it's not my choice, because my friends like this place.
Yeah.
Huh? You
Yeah,
get me?
100%.
So write on papers what are the things that you do, and they're not your choices.
Yeah.
And check about your choices as well,
Yeah.
and look at your choices.
Yeah.
Your choices that you got for yourself, they're helping you,
Yeah.
they're making you feeling happy, fulfilled, or not.
Yeah.
And check all those choices. And stop on the choice that is not helping you. Or you feel so much heaviness inside you about it.
Yeah.
And check here and ask yourself, what can I do about this choice? Can I change it? What if I change it? How my life will be? Maybe it's a better life. It's a better things that I might get in life. So it's your choice now. And I call you now. It's your choice to bring a paper, a white paper. Write all your choices that you have in life. And write all the things that they're not your choices in life. And look at all of them. And check the choice that is not helping you. You feel heavy, you're not happy about it. And ask yourself, if I change it to something better, how my life it's gonna be.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to stop this episode on this very high note and give our audience the time to do this exercise. And in the next episode, we're going to share with them how their choices affect their freedom in life. Because the next episode is...
Let's say together,
I am freedom.